Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. I am Putri Dewiyani, a Master of Management student at Jakarta State University. In this video, I will present my seminar proposal entitled The Effect of Workload and a Work Environment on the Job Performance with Work Morale as an Intervening Variable. Study at National Disaster Management Agency. Previously, I would like to thank the supervisor, Professor Dr. Dewi Susita MSI, and Professor Dr. Iketut R. Sudiartita MSI. This research proposal consists of 3 chapters. Chapter 1, Introduction. Chapter 2, Literature Review and Hypothesis. Chapter 3, Research Method. Chapter 1, Introduction. The research background in this study is demographically, Indonesia is a disaster-prone area, both natural and non-natural disaster, which generally have detrimental impacts, with fatalities, injuries, and missing persons. Therefore, the Indonesia government issued Presidential Regulation Number 8 of 2008 concerning the National Disaster Management Agency or BNPB, which has the function coordinating the implementation of disaster management activities in a planned, integrated, and comprehensive manner. As a government institution that directly provides service to the community, BNPB is required to have human resources that have a good work quality. Sumanti et al. 2018 states, the success of an organization in achieving its goal depends on the quality and the joint efforts of the people involved in it. The quality of an organization's employees can be seen from their job performance. Based on the government's regulation of Republic of Indonesia number 646 of 2011 concerning ASN job performance assessment, it is explained that indicators in a job performance assessment are a history of assessment results, which include employee work target or SKP and employee work behavior or PKP, where employee work performance is declared very good if has an SKP value equal to or more than 91. Employee performance score at the BNPB based on data obtained from the Biro Kepegawaian and processed by making an average are shown in the following table. Based on the table, on the job performance score for 2020 to 2023 are obtained when compared with the PP number 46, 2011, concerning ASN job performance assessment can be categorized as a good. However, every government organization expects its employee work performance score to be above 91 or very good. Quote from FND 2018, good performance shows that employees are able to complete the task given well. The more employees who have good work performance, the more the organization performs and productively will increase, so that it can further develop and advance. The research conducted a short survey distributed to 30 employees at the BNPB to find out what factor makes employee job performance not yet reach a maximum result, with several choice of variables obtained based on previous research including organizational culture, work engagement, motivation, work environment, workload, work morale, competence, and work effectiveness. The result of the pre-survey show The factors that influence job performance the most are workload, and the second is work morale, and the third, work environment, then motivation, organization culture, competency, work involvement, and finally, work effectiveness. Based on the result of the pre-survey, researchers are interested in conducting further research related to workload factor, work environment, and work morale on employee job performance at BNPB. This study has 7 problem formulations, including: does workload have a direct effect on the job performance? Does the work environment have a direct influence on the job performance? Does work morale have a direct effect on the job performance? Does workload have a direct effect on the work morale? Does the work environment have a direct effect on the work morale? Does workload have an indirect effect on the job performance through work morale? And does the work environment indirectly influence the job performance through work morale? This study aims to find out and analyze the direct influence of workload, work environment, and work morale on the job performance of BNPB employees, and to find out and analyze the direct influence of workload and work environment on work morale, and to find out and analyze the indirect influence of workload and work environment on job performance through work morale on BNPB employees. The research hopes this study provides theoretical benefit. This research is useful for the development of science, especially management science, with a focus on the field of human resource management. And a practical benefit, this research is expected to be a material for evaluation of the implementation of human resource activities, especially for the National Disaster Management Agency. Chapter 2, Literature Review and Hypothesis. Definition of job performance. Job performance is the result of a combination of employee skills and motivation to achieve success. Robin et al., 2013. The work result achieved by a person in carrying out the task statement to him are based on the skills, experience, seniority, and time. Lima et al., 2019. Job performance is based on the principle of management using contracts or agreements, not commands. Armstrong, 2010. The results that have been achieved by a person of a group of people in an organization and accredited with their respective responsibility legally, don't violate the law, and are accorded with the norms in order to achieve the organizational goals. Lehory and Weber, 2018. Based on the definition of job performance from expert opinions and previous research, it can be concluded that the conceptual definition of job performance is a concept that describes the achievement or positive work result of an individual or group in a carried out core tasks given based on their ability to achieve organizational goals. Job performance instrument used in this study comes from Sutrisno, 2016, which consists of dimension, work result, job knowledge, initiative, mental agility, attitude, and time discipline. And the indicator is quality, produced, knowledge related to job tasks, level of initiative, ability and speed, work enthusiasm, and a positive attitude in carry out job tasks, and punctuality and attendance level. Definition of workload. Workload is something that arises from a relationship between task demand, the work environment used, as a workplace skill, behavior, and perception of the worker himself at 1988. The amount of work of number of things to be done, the time spent, and the subjective psychological experience. Isigat et al., 1989. Workload is given to many tasks as the work can cause tension with a person. Rasdam et al., 2018. Workload is tasks that must be completed within a certain time limit or amount of work that must be carried out by a position. Dewiyani, 2022. Based on the definition of workload from the expert opinions and the previous research, it can be concluded that the conceptual definition of workload is a negative relationship between a number of employees and their work or task demand that must be completed with a certain specific time. And workload research instrument used in this study come from Zaki and Marzolina, 2016, with dimension too much work targets, boredom, overload, and work pressure. And the indicator is there was much work, target in completing work, boring job, excess work, and unbalanced number of employees, and output to be complete. Definition of work environment. The work environment is the totality of the physical and social condition in the workplace. Robbins et al., 2016. Work environment is a condition related to the characteristic of the workplace regarding employee behavior and attitudes, where this is related to psychological change due to things experienced in their work. Schultz et al., 2015. Conditions around workers starting from human resource, tools, and materials to carry out assignment tests. Dewiyani et al., 2019. And work environment is something that is around employees that influence a person to feel safe, comfortable, and satisfied in carrying out and completing the work. Hermawan, 2021. Based on the definition of work environment from the expert opinions and the previous research, it can be concluded that the conceptual definition of work environment is condition, but physical or non-physical, is carrying out daily work activities, which includes physical, social, and psychological and organizational aspects that positively influence employee work conditions in carrying out their duties. And a work environment instrument used in this study comes from Sudarmayanti, 2010, which consists indicators and dimension, direct physical work environment, indirect physical work environment, and non-physical work environment. And the indicator is facilities and infrastructure, public facilities, work atmosphere, air circulation, and communication. And definition of moral. Work moral is the attitude of workers in doing work faster and better as expected and can be measured from the willingness to work together, compliance with the regulation, and punctually in completing works. Anggraini et al. Work moral is a positive attitude that views a job as something important. This is characterized by an attitude of doing the job seriously. Muhammad, 2014. Work moral contributes to the success and failure of an organization. Employees with a high level of satisfaction dedicated better commitment to the organization. Nambi, 2011. A feeling that enables an employee to produce more work without increasing fatigue, which causes the employee to enthusiastically participate in the activity and effort of his work groups. Mishari et al., 2021. Based on the definition of work morale from the expert opinions and the previous research, it can be concluded that conceptual definition of work morale is positive worker behavior or attitude by showing willingness and enthusiasm that influence how hard and persistent someone is to do a better job and encourage them to work more productively. Work morale instrument used in this study come from Habibah et al. 2023, which consists of work discipline, job satisfaction, responsibility, and the work enthusiasm. And the indicator is comply with the regulation in the force in the office, satisfaction and comfort at work, responsibility for completing tasks well and on time, and work without complaining. Next, the research model. This study used two independent variables, workload symbolized by X1 and work environment symbolized as X2. Then work morale as an independent variable symbolized by letter Z, and the dependent variable is the job performance symbolized by letter Y. The straight line shows the direct influence between variables, and the dotted line shows the indirect variable influence on the variable. Based on the research model that has been explained previously, the research make a temporal decision or hypothesis in the study as follows. Workload has a negative effect on a job performance. Work environment has a positive effect on a job performance. Work morale has a positive effect on a job performance. Workload has a negative effect on the work morale. The work environment has a positive effect on the work morale. Workload has a negative effect on the job performance to work morale, and the work environment has a positive effect on the job performance to work morale. Chapter 3, Research Method. This research took place at the National Disaster Management Agency, or BNPB. The research used quantitative method with a causal associative approach. The research population was 466 employees. This study using probability sampling, and the sample is 215. And while for the analysis technique, this research used SPSS to analyze validity and reliability tests. And for structural equation model, SAM, use testing using AMOS. This is my proposal seminar presentation. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.